All right, we have Byron Buxton here. On the top, it's a previous years. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. But this is the one on the bottom is this year. He's off to a really good start. He's 5 home runs in already. Not typical for him, but I'm going to show you what he's changed, whether or not he's done them or if he's just getting more efficient with movement and he's just starting to get himself into better positions and feeling better. So the first thing we notice is, he's relatively the same at landing. Bones and everything seems to be in the same position, the load, the launch. The one difference I can see is you can see his front foot is open. He's cleared himself a little bit, and I know, which I could say he's probably pointing more towards first base, and the one on the top in previous years, he's pretty closed off. And I'm going to show you why being open is going to help you kind of use your lower half a little bit more efficiently. So let's look at the top, and you can see that his knee is really, on his back knee, he's really coming out a lot. He's really getting quad dominant on his back leg. And so you see when he starts to turn into his front side, instead of the front leg being able to work rotationally so he can use the outside of the leg, or all the fascia on the outside where the IT band is and all that stuff, you can kind of see he pushes straight. Let me clear some of these. You can see how he pushes kind of straight back. So you can see that front leg pushing in a backwards position, right? And so that's not maintaining that rotational torque that we want when we use the ground. And you can kind of see the imbalances in his hips. You can see him raise up above the line, and you can see him kind of get all out of balance. You can see the hips kind of shift and do a lot of movement, trying to find a good balance point for him. So you can see he's kind of off a little bit, and a lot of that could be contact, but I think he hit this ball pretty good. I think this was an inside the park home run. He hits off the wall, in center. So it's not like he didn't hit it good, but there's just some inefficiencies, and you can see it by the front leg, and we'll kind of mark this so you can see it. But you can see how there's a kind of this leg is almost in a straight position where he's not really pushing into the side of that leg. And I'll show you what the byproduct is. So now let's look at the bottom. This is 2021. He's 5 bombs. He's OPS is like 1,700. It's something ridiculous. He's hitting 4 something. I mean, he's absolutely smashing the ball. But let's look at the efficiency. So let's watch the first thing. We can't see his back leg. So he's not really quad dominant. He's more centered. So his center of mass, he's not getting over his back leg. He's keeping it underneath him a lot better. Just like if you were a pitcher, you would try to keep it inside. You wouldn't really want to get too far outside the toe with your back knee. So, we can start to see, look at the waistline. He's really clean through his turn. There's not a lot of moving parts as he goes, and then you can kind of see the front leg. And let's watch how this rounds itself off. Watch how that front leg is working rotationally. We can watch it move in a rotation, and then you can see this almost as if it's bowed out. So if we were to kind of draw a line, we would see that it's kind of like this, more of a bow. You can see it pushing in. So he's really getting into to the inside of that, and you can see it by the foot, really creating a lot of torque against that front side or that outside of that front leg. So, and then you can see the bottom of this, he compresses into the ground. He really gets into the ground, so his hips lower below that line. So he's really holding himself into the ground. So he's using the ground very well. And this ball went like 450 something off the scoreboard. I'm not sure he's ever hit a ball that far. So it looks really good. This looks a lot like Acuna, when you start to look at his lower half and how it works from the Braves, and it's really good. So if he keeps this going throughout the year, we might see some big numbers from him. He's a big, strong guy, and he hits it well out. So good things, good change. I don't know if he actually physically tried to do them or if he just started feeling more comfortable. Sometimes you can just swing a lot and start to feel better with foot placement, legs, hips, knees, everything starts to feel better the more you swing. So it was a good transition. It's going to be fun to, see him, see if he can keep this going.